It's Rachel and John, and it is late night, another Friday episode. I don't even know. What is it for? Oh, according to the notes, 46. But we want to get right into this. As you know, we have a blog. We post Pittsburghers embarrassing the rest of us Pittsburghers all week long. And this week, we had a picture. Look, we know that Prius folks, drivers seem to be very, very conscious, very environmental conscious. But this particular Prius was not very conscious at all because they parked not on top of a handicap spot, but on top of the yellow lines that clearly say don't park here.
Don't do it.
Right. So really, when have we found a Prius driver that not conscious about everybody?
Good point.
So,
you had no
park somewhere else,
opportunity but to point them out.
Yes.
Okay. Next up, Newsy Nick. Okay, here's what I like. Newsy Nick ends up pointing out that I may be a good singer. That's what I got away from this. Nick thinks I'm a good singer. So basically, if you checked it out, Newsy Nick is the town crier in Market Square every Thursday who's talking about the event NewsaPalooza that's coming up. And we got to go jag around with him. And it was lots of fun because he was trying to teach me how to be a town crier. I didn't do a very good job.
And it's a very good segue because the next thing we want to tell you about is NewsaPalooza, which is the Pittsburgh Media Partnership's version of just citizen journalism.
Yeah.
And it all happens for 3 days at the end of the September here. Go to NewsaPalooza and search it out. You'll see it. A bunch of reporters coming in, national reporters coming in to talk about
Robert Costa.
journalism. Yes.
How about that?
But they're encouraging not just reporters to come. They want citizens to come in and pitch news stories and learn about journalism. So
they want to know what you want to talk about. And what do we want to talk about? Well, we have 3 guests and a musician today, so we have a lot in store for you. Listen, we missed the boat because we got an email from the one and only Kiki, and she said, would you like to talk about building bridges? And we said, absolutely, but we were too late. So instead, typical John and Rachel being late, we invited this amazing guest because we wanted to talk to you about all the great things that you're doing in Pittsburgh. So welcome, John. I got the pronunciation. Do you want me to do it?
you do it.
Ebtehal. How did I say it?
Perfect.
Oh, and
Welcome.
the last name? Badawi?
Yes.
Okay, so
How about that?
we paired up on that. So
All
welcome
right.
to the Jagoff podcast. We appreciate this. And so tell us a little bit about what was Kiki telling us. She didn't unveil all of your secrets, but what was she trying to lead us down the path to as far as what you're working on here in Pittsburgh?
Thank you so much for having me. Even our event passed still.
Sure. Sure.
Absolutely. You're doing great things, and we want people to know about that.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I started this initiative 5 years ago. It's called Pittsburgh Builds Bridges. And I started through my own son experience of bullying when he was younger. I thought, what can I do? How can I use my art to bring everyone together? And I created my design, Pittsburgh Builds Bridges. I share it for the first time with my son principal at Pleasant Hill Middle School. His name is Mr. Como. I always say his name because he's the first yes.
Oh, okay.
I shared with him, it was a tiny sketch like this. I shared with him, I believe if we display this at the school, it will uplift students and it will bring everyone together. He said yes. We got the approval of the superintendent and we share it for the first time at the school cafeteria there.
And bullying, not that it matters.
But let me just say, the simplicity of that is amazing, right? Because it's the whole be kind to people. And let me just put this on display as a reminder. Right?
Yes.
I love that. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
And that's what Pittsburghers are supposed to be noted for, being kind, but it's kind of embarrassing that we're not. And so bullying, again, not that it matters, but bullying based on religion, race, size, likes and dislikes. What was occurring as far as, if you don't mind sharing, as far as with your son?
It happened 5 years ago. It was like racism comments. He was in one of his practices in one of the local hockey teams. And then they eventually apologized. The same year, I saw a Syrian refugee was beaten up in one of the high schools in Pittsburgh. And I thought, what can I do? How can I use my art to heal everyone? And that's how I came up with the design.
Okay.
I love it.
Wow.
So talk about the design, because you hit me with a whammy that we might actually get to be a part of that. But what does that design represent? If you want to sort of describe for people who are watching.
So I sketched different hands, 9 hands with different skin tone, and on top of it there's different belief symbols, and this is atheism, so it doesn't matter what belief you have, we still can build bridges and we are the city of bridges. There's more than 445 bridges, and a bridge is like a metaphor. It brings us together from one side to another, and everyone is willing to open their heart to cross to the other side, to learn. Even if we look different, if we have different likes and dislikes and different views of life, we still can build these bridges as human beings.
Yeah, we have always prided ourselves in the Western Pennsylvania area as the melting pot. You know, we seem to be so proud of that because we understand the Irish and the Polish, they all came, you know, but we never seem to take time to understand the differences. And that's exactly what you're trying to help us to do, because we're all afraid of what we don't know. Is that kind of how this whole bullying starts?
Yes. You know, a lot of times people are afraid of someone they don't understand or they never seen before. So then instead of just saying hi, they just go back or say something mean to protect.
Do you still practice your art for that purpose, right? You're not just an artist who wants to just show your artwork. You actually want to have this powerful meaning behind it, right?
Both.
Yeah.
Like I'm an artist. I
Sure.
love to paint, but I love bringing people together, inviting them. So every time I go to a school, to a university, different community event, invite people, come paint, add a brushstroke. It take all of our brushstroke to build a bridge.
Yeah.
And I also interview people and ask them, I would love to ask you, how do you build bridges between people?
I would love that.
Yeah.
And I love when people ask us because we don't always get to be the ones talking on that side. So we're thrilled.
If people want to get involved in the painting or just follow you as far as what your progress is, where do they do that? Online, Instagram, the website?
Yes, I am in all social media. In Instagram, my account is Ebtehal Badawi, and you can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. I always go to different school, go to different event, and this August we celebrated our second annual of Building Bridges Day on the Clemente Bridge.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
I love that.
Wow.
And that's what we missed the bus on, unfortunately. So we just have to have you on in July again so that we can talk about it for next year.
I mean, and from a guy who was building bridges, I mean, there he was. He passed away, you know, reaching out to others. You know, that's
Franco?
that's incredible.
Is that what you're
No,
doing?
Roberto Clemente.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
go ahead.
right.
Yeah.
Because she hit me with, we get to actually add a stroke, John. How
Oh,
cool
sweet.
is that?
Okay.
And who else? I just blew it. I'm always just not fair, right? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I invited different people in the community to add a brushstroke on this canvas, and I was fortunate enough to meet Franco before
Amazing
he
guy.
passed, and I invited him to add a brushstroke, and I asked him
Oh, wow.
also how he built bridges between people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
He did
Wow.
it just by being him.
Yeah.
He was such a
Wow.
good soul. Okay. I mean, how do we even ask you a stupid question of the day now? Because you just brought us all to like tears because you're doing great things and we appreciate your true sincerity. But you brought us something, right? Did you bring us something for our junk
For
drawer?
our junk drawer.
I got you different things you
Okay.
can choose from.
Here, you
Okay.
want me to hold your mic?
Yes.
Okay.
I love
it's
it.
in my pocket.
Okay. And while you're taking your time, we're also going to ask you, in case you didn't know this, Rachel Winter is here from City Paper, and there's a little thing called Best Of that's happening, and we're here to talk about her Best Of party. If you were to be a category of Best Of, what would it be?
Best of
Anything. What are you the best of? What would
well-
your category be? Building bridges.
I heard your inner voice.
I think it's building bridges. I do that. I answer for
Yeah.
people sometimes.
It's you know, it's listening to people's stories. Opening my heart,
right?
yes, to build bridges,
Yes.
because it take opening our heart and listening to build these bridges,
Sure.
to be open to build these bridges.
Sure.
Because also some people don't want to build a bridge.
You're right.
You know?
That's exactly right. All
Reminding
right.
you, this is Rachel and John. And now tell us, what do you have us for your junk drawer? Our junk drawer.
I have different things. So I have a
love this.
button from a jacket. I
Okay.
think I got it
For those
maybe
listening, make sure you go watch the video because
it's
a little.
perfect.
Oh, okay.
Little do
Very
they know
cool.
we ask because
Very
we never
cool.
know when we need these things.
All right.
Okay, so it's
I
a
got
button.
it 10 years
Such a
ago,
great
and this
adornment.
is a mirror.
A mirror.
I don't know who gave it to me. but
Okay.
It's also
Just don't break it.
Rachel,
Yeah.
this should lead you into a song.
I'm starting with the man in the
That's
mirror.
Rachel's favorite
That's my
life
song.
song.
It is. My kids.
Yeah.
was
And this is a currency from back home. I'm from Saudi Arabia, so
Oh my
it's
gosh.
so.
Oh,
That's
very
a pretty
cool.
big
Wow,
deal.
yeah, we
Look at
we
us.
do not have that in our junk. And all of this is very tiny
not
because it
junk.
fits right in our junk drawer because it's so full, it slides right in there.
Look
so
at that.
we thank you. We can't
such
thank you
an honor
enough
to
for
meet
coming
you.
here.
Thank you
It's
so
very
much.
honored to meet you. So, would you paint?
Yes,
will gladly
yes.
paint,
Let's,
so-
let's do it right now.
And how do you build bridges between people?
Oh boy, I love that you're throwing that out. I think we're building bridges by talking to people who aren't like us. And that's something that we've been striving for over the last year and a half more than ever, because it was just about Pittsburgh stories for a long time. But I think now we're trying to find out who do we not always align with, and how can we learn from them by them telling their story.
Yeah, I think what you
He'll say
said
same.
earlier is that I think we have tried to master the art of listening, actually listening, because that seems to be the lost art. So building bridges and actually understanding maybe what they're telling you is not really what they're telling you, and you need to listen, actively listen. So I think we do a pretty good job at that if we could pat ourselves on the back for that, yeah. So
You
yeah.
do an amazing job. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, now we paint, right?
I'm not a good painter, so this is gonna be good.
All you have to do is get one stroke
One stroke.
inside the line
Okay.
somewhere,
I can
Rachel.
do this.
All right.
Zero,
Okay.
motor skills.
Rachel first,
Okay.
because it's Rachel and John.
And
Late
I'm
night.
going-
Here, anywhere where
Okay.
Just one, right?
you can do more.
Okay, good. I'm just gonna.
I always say one because sometimes people.
I need a
are-
picture
Okay.
exactly where it
You
is.
did
There
7 that looked like one.
It
That's
was
perfect.
7.
No, that's cool. All right, let's see here.
How cool
Oh, I
is
like.
that? What an honor.
I want to fill in the.
Yeah.
Let's see here, the white right here.
Of course, he has to be different. You know, it couldn't be near mine.
There we go. There we go. Cool. So for those of you listening, make sure you go watch the video. But we just put our blue paint strokes on the Pittsburgh Builds Bridges sign, and somewhere on there is Franco's.
So we are 3 degrees once again. from
Right.
Franco.
Right. Right.
Thank you so much for your time. We certainly
Thank you.
appreciate you.
One more time, your website.
Ebtehal Badawi.
It will be in the
It's
show
Badawi,
notes.
and John said Badawi. Typical Yinzer.
Yeah.
Stay with us. It's John and Rachel.
Welcome to People's Clean Hydrogen Pilot Program. Here sits no ordinary container. It's a drop-in unit that transforms natural gas into clean, cost-effective hydrogen that could provide you with affordable, safe, and reliable energy with as few emissions as possible, removing carbon and making a product, not a pollutant. So no, it's no ordinary box. It's a powerful decarbonization tool, and just one of the ways Peoples is innovating the future of energy.
Mancini's Bakery, 97 years in business and still getting better. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram. That's where you will see various Pittsburgh personalities like Gretchen McKay, Super Bowl MVP Santonio Holmes, KDKA's own Mary Hours, and WPXI's Jenna Harner, learning how to make the famous Italian twist bread. Follow Mancini Bakery on Instagram and Facebook, and remember to ask for Mancini's. There is middle. It's Rachel and John. You Jagoff late night. I mean, I feel
The other
pretty
Rachel.
I feel really purified after talking to Ebtehal. How
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to meet her. I've heard so many great things, but I've also heard some great things. Well, I actually know the next guest, and she shares a name with me. We just don't spell it the same. So obviously, we love talking with our dear friend, Rachel Winter. She is, I get her title wrong all the time. I called you the general sales manager. You are not.
I am not. I'm the
Director of
advertising director,
Director.
or
Dir-
director of advertising.
Director.
Whichever you
One
want to
of-
say. Yeah.
Boss lady.
The HBIC
I
in
mean,
my book.
yes,
But
absolutely.
anyway,
I'll take it.
And what we love about Rachel is the city paper has always been all in on anything that we've wanted to do. We partnered with them on a bunch of different things. They're always so open to the stories that we pitch. And, you know, they have really grown this little event you may have heard of called City Paper's Best Of. And everybody clamors. And all I know is that I heard you telling Nick Hartner that there were
Mancini.
like thousands and Mancini, thousands and thousands of people who voted this year for different categories. Like it was
Yes.
absurd.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Do you want to hit us with numbers
Like
or
300,000 total votes. It's absolutely crazy. We
Wow.
are just so lucky. This is the biggest initiative that Pittsburgh City Paper has that's been going on for over 15 years.
Oh, is it that long?
Yeah, City
Okay.
Paper's been around since 1991, and this has been around since 15 years. Whatever that year is, I can't even think right now.
It's a
math
six.
on a Friday.
So-
No, can't do it. But we are so lucky. This is our biggest initiative.
1976 bicentennial. I'm a bicentennial
No,
baby.
15 years ago.
From 1991.
Right.
Ooh, I was doing
Yes,
math
I
backwards.
know
She
you
said
were
math
doing
on
it
a
like
Friday, no
the
good.
other one. That's okay.
More wine.
That's like calculus, I think. Yes,
It
exactly.
is. It is.
So it's our biggest initiative, and we're so lucky. So many people, get online to citypaper.com and vote for their favorites in over 200 categories, from food and drink, music and nightlife, arts and culture, shopping, people and places. It's really amazing.
Yeah.
It's really amazing.
And when
It
you
is.
guys start this, do you have people sort of like sending you gifts saying like, when is this going to start?
Well, mostly it's I can't believe that you guys don't have this category or
'cause nobody ever
or
does
something
anything
like
right
that.
in the media,
right?
right?
Or
Yes.
there are a few Jagoffs. I will say that who, and I could say that on this podcast, right? A few Jagoffs who will nominate just something that's not even appropriate for whatever the category is.
Yeah. Right. But you
I can't-
ignore and move on.
We ignore and move on, and everything is, it's done through a third party. So it's not City Paper saying
Right.
who's the best.
Oh,
It's
okay.
actually our
Yeah.
readers who are voting for nominating the top five, and then the top three will be celebrated at the Best of Pittsburgh party not this Friday.
Here we don't have enough budget for a bumper, so
We don't.
in the date and time
Thank you.
is
It is Friday, September. Oh my gosh, 20. I'm losing it
Yeah,
at
you're fine.
Stage AE.
Yeah.
Last year we had over 700 people.
nice.
Yeah.
And I love that you keyed in on the fact that it's a celebration. So we
Yes.
know that James Harrison has said it. Not everybody's a winner, and that's
That's
okay
right.
because
I'm a
you
winner.
are. You're
Yeah.
a winner because you're Rachel Winner.
Right.
But basically, you do it in category, or you do it in threes. So the best of you will acknowledge 3, 2,
Absolutely.
and
For-
1.
Yeah, for us, there is a first, second, and third place.
Sure.
But to us, they're all winners. So everyone who,
Rach.
I know, but everyone's a winner. And
Yeah.
so if you are the top three in Pittsburgh, we say,
Yeah.
you are a winner. And that's so great. Out of all
Right.
the businesses, all the organizations and everything, that you are a top three, that's pretty
And
great.
that's what I was going to say. There's merit in that, right?
Oh,
I was third.
absolutely.
I was second. I was first.
Absolutely.
And it actually, what I love about it is it shows year to year where people go, oh, my goal is, 412 Thrive. We want to be
Yes.
number one. And they were beaten by the one and only. We don't know yet.
That's right. That's right.
But,
we
yeah,
don't know
I don't
yet.
know.
But results will come out on
know how I had
Wednesday.
to get-
I know.
Yes,
Wednesday,
Wednesday.
September 18th. You're so
Yes.
good.
But
Right.
they were second
Online
last
and in
year,
print.
And they were proud to have been beaten
That's
by
right. That's
412
right.
Food Rescue, which is a huge,
when people
amazing
come,
thing.
when the winners enter
Yeah.
Stage AE next week, all the winners will get a lanyard that just says, Best of
Winner.
Pittsburgh winner.
They all think you're
And
part of your family.
I think, something like that.
I love
it's
that.
a big family.
Yeah.
Yes. But our nonprofit partner this year is 412 Food Rescue. We're
Right.
so
Oh, right,
excited.
right.
And our theme is Shine a Light. So we're going to shine a light on all the winners, on our nonprofit partner and our media partner, who is Odyssey Pittsburgh. You might know
Hello.
a
We
little
know-
bit
we
about
know, We know
them.
how to even spell that one.
That's
Yeah.
right.
All
I know.
That's a good thing.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, but I just love that you're right. You shine the light on these different things. And I was using our, 412 Thrive. They were like, we need to win. We need to do this.
Yes.
And when they found out that they are finalists, they were
Yes.
thrilled to
Thrilled.
know that.
Absolutely.
Right? And they're just like, two's okay, but let's see.
That's right.
It gives the impetus to try harder for the following year.
We haven't talked about the most important part. Like, what
Oh.
are people wearing to the party?
Yes.
It's your night to shine. So,
Okay.
silver,
Hit us.
gold, sparkle, glitter,
song, shine.
all the things. Shine. Like, just.
He's just
Anything.
whispered, sing that song, Shine.
Oh, geez.
I don't know. There's so many
what
Shine
are you wearing?
songs.
That's a
I
question.
I know. You don't think we've thought of that yet.
No. Well, you have
We
a
just
week.
have to coordinate.
You have a
Right.
week.
Let's
yeah,
go
that
with
would
Sunny and Cher.
like matching outfits or
Oh, we will never match.
Okay.
That's so Kennywood. We've
Like-
done it before.
like Kennywood?
What is it?
Unintentionally.
Like
the
Kennywood
Disney
outfits
movie,
or
Shining,
something? There you
The
go.
Shining,
No.
the Disney movie.
Oh, yeah.
That's all.
Oh, Maui.
Moana.
Yeah, Moana.
Yeah. Maui.
Sorry. Anyway, well, Maui's in it. There is a Maui in
Yeah.
Moana.
Oh.
Anyway.
But back to what we're wearing
Yes,
or not
oh, yes,
wearing.
yes, more importantly.
Best of is
We're
at
wearing-
Stage AE.
Yes.
We don't know what we're wearing, but you encourage people to wear the Shine.
Yes,
ring.
and our bar sponsor is Bacardi again, and there's
Love.
going to be 3 signature cocktails from Grey Goose to Bacardi rum to Patron, if you like your tequila. So
Okay.
And it was fantastic. The last time we were at Mr. Small's for
That's right.
Karaoke Cabaret, they did a fantastic job.
They
So
do.
we're super stoked. Do you have any other like surprises that we can know about? People who are going to be on hand? Do you have vendors or anything there? Can't talk about that yet.
I can't. I
mean,
can't. You just
I love
have to.
try to throw wrenches.
Yes,
love it.
exactly.
She's not
You just
biting.
have to come and see.
Nice.
It is celebrating the best in Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
and so that's all different types of, tastes and sampling and checking out who the best is in our
and
entertainment.
mingling with them.
And mingling
They're not
with
up on a
them.
dais
Absolutely.
somewhere.
No,
they're
no,
mingling
absolutely.
among the minions.
There you
The
go.
VIP hour is a fantastic local band. One of the winners from last year. We'll see if they are this year. It's the Pyramid Incident, and they
Okay.
are absolutely amazing. And then after that, TJ the DJ from Odyssey is going to be doing our music.
Yeah.
There
Love.
you go. All right,
We need to
Rachel,
get that band on.
Where
on
does
here.
everybody
Yes, we do.
find out about the Best of Party?
PittsburghCityPaper.com and just, click on the party page.
Listen, we would be remiss if we didn't say this. Just rhymed. So we work
We
with
missed
you guys, as we said, all the time. And on our Mazda Mondays, we always make sure that we give a shout out to City Paper
Yeah.
because you have so many event listings that people are just clamoring to find out. You're always telling us what's happening in the city. So kudos
Yes.
for that.
Thank
And
you.
We need to make
and
sure
this
we
is
check
what's
that out.
happening.
Yeah,
This is what's
Question of the day
happening.
is what?
Question
Oh.
of the day. Well, in your honor, there is a best of category for so many things.
Yes.
What would your best of category be?
Best last name? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
She had
You
time to
figured
think
that
about
out.
it.
Good.
Yeah,
I did.
That was
I did.
really good, Rach. All right.
Okay.
Did you bring us a junk drawer gift or two?
I did, and it's it's similar to your last guest.
Oh,
but-
we're
okay.
painting again?
No painting,
More
no
money?
painting, no painting.
Okay.
More money?
Well, okay. So our offices are downtown, and we're 1 block away from Point Park University. And
Sure.
I park in this open lot. Jimmy, the parking lot guy.
Jimmy,
That's what
yeah.
We
you
need
know,
him on the
Jimmy.
podcast.
We do. He knows
We
everything.
love that
That's a
kind of stuff.
character.
Yes.
He knows everything. So parking downtown, he always has like $2 bills in his pocket because that's what he gives out in change because he wants to see this money in circulation. So he just gave me one
is
the
so
other day,
cool.
and he's like, "Can you just keep this going in circulation?" So
This is the
and then
most
I put
clever
it in my
ever.
drawer.
A
$2 bill. I mean, this is not Monopoly money. This is like you could actually buy things.
Jimmy,
Jimmy,
$2
get on this podcast, Jimmy.
bill.
We
Yes.
need Jimmy on.
Okay,
We
Rachel
want
needs
Jimmy
to
on the
leave
podcast.
us.
Yes.
And when she does, she needs to get us Jimmy
Jimmy
and the band.
and the band.
All right, so you're
Oh,
now.
I got
talking
the
to
band.
Tracy.
I got the band for
And
you.
Jimmy, you need to tell Jimmy to
That's
contact
right.
us.
Jimmy
Rachel,
and
where-
the band.
We
Where
want-
can everybody
yeah.
find out information about City Paper?
PittsburghCityPaper.com. Just
Easy
click on
enough.
our party page.
Make sure you join the mailing list. They have the Pigeon.
City Pigeon every day, Monday through Friday.
Rach, it's always an honor to have you. Thanks for joining
Back at
us.
you.
All right, stay with us because we have yet another guest. I mean, I met this person at Babesburg, and she has a great event coming up, and we'll have a musician afterward, Rachel and John.
Welcome to Fernandez. Can I take your orders?
You need a tappet?
No, we don't use this. We know how to yell the sandwich, the cook. Here we go.
It's John and Rachel. We love to dig into iconic Pittsburgh places like Permanis, so we brought our friends from People's Gas.
Please call at least 3 business days before you dig.
It doesn't matter if it's a big project or something small like a mailbox. Always call before you dig. I called. We can dig in.
So please call 811 3 business days before excavating so you don't have to call 911.
I've been thinking that Rohrich Automotive needs a new jingle.
Rohrich Automotive got the best cars around Pittsburgh.
Driving a Rohrich, I bought it at Rohrich. Picked up my new car at Rohrich Automotive. I got friends at Rohrich Automotive where the staff is nice and the dealership's loaded with brand new cars. And you can drive real far.
Back with another G-Jet, this time at Sweetwater Center for the Arts, where I am joined by Chef Andrew Alvarez. The cool thing is that he has classes all summer long have been going on. September, we're already in that month, and something's creeping up on the 17th. So Andrew, talk to me about the class on the 17th, and talk to me about what we're gonna be making today.
So we have Foods of Vietnam. The entire focus is to kind of break this stranglehold that we have of Vietnamese food, that it's either pho or banh mi. And I wanted to highlight dishes that are representative of the history of Vietnam, but also like where it's at right now. So today we're going to be doing a dish called Ban Chang Nhong, which is from 2017. So this is actually a fairly new dish. It's grilling rice papers, which I think is going to blow a lot of Pittsburghers' minds. And then we're going to be modifying a couple of the traditional toppings with something that's a little bit more vegetarian friendly.
If
Rachel
you come
and
to
John.
us, which you can every Friday night down here at Foster Plaza, or maybe up here, depending on where you are. Foster Plaza, 5 o'clock. This is where we record this little thing.
Yes, and I had the distinct pleasure of meeting our next guest. You were actually out and about with Valentina, so you were not at the Babesburg mixer, but I actually went over to one of the booths, was buying a little something, and I met Rae Coleman, who is the owner of Enhanced Creativity Event Planning, and there's a little networking event that's coming up that she needs to tell us about. So welcome to the Jagoff podcast. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, how cool is it that, first of all, shout out to Babesburg, because it's a great organization. I love seeing different women of different, coming from all walks of life, just hanging out and learning more about each other's businesses. So just like this. So tell us a little bit about your company, how long you've had it, and what event we're looking forward to.
So my name is Rae Coleman. I'm the owner of Enhanced Creativity Event Planning. I specialize in cultural events. So that means Jewish, Asian, Yoruba, and so forth. I also have a linen company, and I'm a certified florist. And not to mention, before I forget, the MWDBE certification as well.
And what is that?
That is Minority Women's Disadvantaged certification.
Okay. Now, what led you to doing events? Was this one of those things where you were really good at planning all the parties for your friends, and they're like, you should make a business out of this? And you're like, I don't think. Or are you a really organized person? Because events scare the crap out of me.
He hates them. That's what he's telling you,
No,
right?
I love events, but I hate organizing them. I'm not a detail-oriented person. Are you that person?
I am.
Yeah.
You have to be,
I'm very detailed. I'm very oriented, but I've been designing and creating since I was 8 years old. So once my mother seen my niche, it was uphill from there. I did all the decorating at our house, and it just continued, and it continued with family, and then it went to friends, and then I've been in nursing for 17 years. So I got out of nursing to start my own business, and my mother was not happy about that.
Right, you left a sure thing.
Yes, I did.
And you went into something risky, but I love the risk that you took, because you specifically, you obviously heard the interview before you where we said, how do we build bridges? And one of our biggest things that we're trying to do more of is talk to people who have different skin tone, who don't have the same religion, who don't have the same culture, and ask the questions that people think are uncomfortable, but they're not. They're honest questions that you don't know. So why the organizations that you're choosing? So I'm assuming, and maybe I shouldn't, are you a Jewish person?
I'm not a Jewish person. However, since a tender age, my uncle, who was a bigwig here in Pennsylvania, he instilled in me and my older cousin about culture. So we started learning at a very, very young age.
Different cultures.
And as I got older and I continued to go on to college, I met a lot of people. Of course, being an event planner, I met a lot of different people. So it was important for me to learn about their culture. And I said, you know what? I haven't met too many people who have a niche, especially event planning, that wants to specialize in culture.
Sure. Right.
So I said, hey, it's going to be me.
I love that. And did you learn so much? Did it fulfill that sort of need for you for culture?
I did, and I'm still learning.
Yeah.
You meet people all the time, and you learn all the time, and I'm a little geek. I like to watch. I read, and I like Discovery Channel, so I'm a little geek.
That's okay. That's a good thing. But I love that that's how you're learning, because you have this niche to be an event planner, and you're learning about the cultures by sort of doing them for them, correct?
Exactly.
I love that. That's a great concept.
Thank you.
That unique job.
And does it take a long time to I guess maybe not, you've been in business so long, but did it take a long time for you to absorb the nano niches of the various cultures?
Not really, because Pittsburgh is diverse. And I went to Point Park University, so there was a lot of different people. So I would interview people in my spare time. I had an Indian teacher, so I would sit and talk to her. But I have a lot of Jewish friends and different people of all different cultures and different walks.
Sure.
So I learned a lot.
Do you know Jimmy from the parking lot from Point Park?
Right. Well, we're going to have a party and have him host it, to be honest with you, because Jimmy knows all the secrets. He knows all the secrets to the city. He knows where the key is buried and all the secrets.
Right. Tell us about the event that's coming up.
So I have a business-to-business networking mixer that is coming up on the 27th. I'm looking forward to that. So I've always hosted events here in Pittsburgh. I retired from it because it is strenuous to host events. But one of my clients, he brought me out of retirement. So I'm going to be hosting a business. It's free, by the way. It's a free business event. And I want to shout out, before I forget this, Christine Camacho, because she is from City Girl Magazine, Pittsburgh, and she's one of our sponsors. She kind of took me under her wing, and she's going to be giving a free trip to Hawaii. So we want to make sure everybody knows that you must be registered.
I do now.
But it is a free event. Food, drinks, we have raffles, all type of things. So we want everybody to come and network.
Okay, where can they find out more information?
You can go to my website, or you can find me on Facebook or Instagram.
Okay, what is the website?
www.enhancedcreativity.com.
Easy enough. September 27th. What did you bring us for
We
our
have to
junk
give a
drawer?
shout out to Kiki while you're pulling that out there, right?
I brought you a
Kiki,
sticker.
who put us into Steel City, yes. Nice. Yeah.
Give another stick. We love stickers more than anything.
We will accept that gladly. And again, for those of you listening, make sure you watch it so you see the gifts that we're getting for our junk drawer.
Best of is coming up. And so what would your best of category be?
Food.
Come on. Really? I thought you were going to say event plan. I mean,
Absolutely
I tried to
not.
make it easy. No.
I like to eat.
All right. So the best of, what type of food is your fave?
Pizza and hamburgers.
Oh, okay. So you and John are hanging out
pancakes.
real often. Oh, and pancakes. That's quite the
Wait, pizza and hamburgers. Is that all one? That'd be a great event, right? All right. So since you brought up pizza and hamburgers here, my question to you is, what is your favorite food? Like if you were going on a tailgate, we're getting ready to start the football season. Yes. And there's nothing more religious here than the football season here. And so the big
Speaking
thing
of
is here
culture.
is, what would you take to a tailgate? Like what if you were planning an event, a tailgate, like a Jagoff tailgate, what would you have us do?
I love that she's shaking her head.
Same thing. Hamburgers.
Hamburgers, all
And
right.
pancakes.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
some
And some
sliders.
truffle fries.
There you go.
Truffle
I never had truffle
fries.
fries. Okay.
Let me tell you, where we're holding our event.
Yes.
I had a hamburger today and some truffle fries.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
I love it.
Where I can't unbig my back.
Is this... I love you. I love that you're teaching me more about culture. Is this a first of event then, this B2B event that you're hosting?
This is the first one there.
Okay.
And there's going to be more.
Okay. I love
Tyler,
it.
the manager, he's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, and again, B2B. So if people were like, the two of us are kind of a perfect match in the fact that I like to stand along the wall like the sixth grade dance, and Rachel is a really, really good networker. That's her skill. What if someone's a little shy about that? If they would feel comfortable at your B2B networking.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm coming over to you. I'm talking.
Oh.
I'm giving you a hug. We love it.
There
Give
you
me a
go.
hug.
There
All
you
right,
go.
one more time. September 27th, it's the B2B networking event. And where can everybody find out? Social media, what are your
All
handles?
social media,
Okay.
Enhanced Creativity Event Planning, LLC, my website. I'm on Instagram, Miss Creativity 13.
Easy
And
enough.
Here's all the things you need to know what's happening this week from Channing at Made in PGH with our 412 dues.
What's up, everyone? It's Channing with Made in PGH coming at you with the 412 Dues on your Jagoff late night from a different location. I am at the iconic Jenny Lee Swirl Bread with owner Scott Baker.
Hi, everybody. Welcome.
We are talking about Iconic PGH, which is our free block party celebrating all things Pittsburgh at the Strip District Terminal on September 28th, 11 to 6. This is going to be such a fun event, and we will have Jenny Lee's there making some amazing deliciousness. Scott, tell us what you'll be making.
We can't wait to come out and feature our grilled cheese Sammys.
Yes.
This delectable item made by our corporate chef RJ features the garlic savory bread, incredible grilled cheese sandwiches. So he's going to be there making hot sandwiches for everybody. Come on down and try it. And then we're also going to be featuring the famous Jenny Lee swirl bread. You know, what put us on the map are these swirl bread. So we're going to be down there selling loaves to all the fans that want to come out and see us that day.
Sounds amazing. We are so excited to have Jenny Lee's there. We're going to have so many other vendors popping up. And of course, we'll have John and Rachel from your Jagoff there hosting the Yinzer Olympics.
They're Jagoffs.
They are. We love you, though.
Oh,
but
Jagoffs.
they are. I believe they're hosting the Pittsburgh Traffic Twister. I'm excited for that one. So
It should be fun, yeah.
I think me and Scott are gonna team up and participate, and we're gonna take home that medal.
There we go.
What else? We'll have Pittsburgh Brewing Company there serving up some cold ones, live music, flash tattoo artists, and face painting for the kids. So bring your whole family. We can't wait to see you there September 28th, 11 to 6.
It's John and Rachel, YJLN, and we have quite the musician because he is a hustler. We understand that he's from my neck of the woods. I mean, I'm from the north side, but I went to school in Johnstown. Guess where he's from?
Johnstown, is
no,
that right?
Carrolltown.
Oh, okay.
You know that exit?
All right. See,
Johnstown,
she set
Carrolltown?
me up for failure. She said, I live in the North Hills. I grew up in the North Side, and I went to school in Johnstown. Guess where he's from?
Yeah.
Wow, Matt, we were friends for a while.
Yeah, I'm from Carrolltown, which is not far from Johnstown.
It is an exit.
It
I don't know
is,
how to
yeah.
spell it because there is an exit.
Right off of 22.
Yeah.
So there's 219 runs from Johnstown to Carrolltown, and there's about 1,000 people in my hometown.
I was just going to say it's small, yes?
Yeah, one red light. Yeah.
Isn't it
Oh my
crazy,
God.
in
Yeah.
all seriousness, when I went to school there many, many years ago, it felt like it took forever. It's literally only, an hour?
Yeah,
and 15
It's about an hour and 20, I would say.
Okay.
But there was construction on 22
Yes.
for 100 years.
Yes.
So,
Yes,
so
you're
it
exactly
probably
right.
did take a long
My
time.
grandfather complained about it, and the sign's still there.
Yes,
right.
So,
exactly.
that
But-
probably slowed it down.
But you come into Western PA quite a bit to perform?
Yeah, I'm out this way quite a bit. I play at Carmela's
we
on the
love
south
Carmela,
side.
yeah. Wow.
She's
Yeah.
fantastic. She has me a lot. I play at the Hotel Indigo at their Eliza Hot Metal Bistro. That's in Oakland. So that's really cool. I'm actually about to play my first Club Cafe show. I'm opening for a Nashville-based artist who's touring through. Her name is Stephanie Lambring.
Okay.
So that's Monday, October 7th at 8 p.m. You can find tickets on my website, on the social media, on her website, all of those things. So I'm really excited.
I love this Carrolltown guy. I was like, I'm just going to throw this out
Yeah,
there before
he's
you
on
ask me
fire
another
at
question.
I had to plan it in my head or I was going to forget.
I know. I'm the same way. They try to brief me before we start, then I get it completely wrong.
And then I go, John, I'm from the north side, but guess where he's from? Yeah. I get
So how did you, not that it's all that crazy, but how did you pierce the Pittsburgh entertainment veil as far as coming in 22? Or did you just start to get to know people here and one led to another?
I mean, it's kind of, it's a lot of that networking as what you all do, right? So, but I also went to Point Park.
Oh, okay.
For a half second.
Guess where he's from?
Yeah, so I went to, I studied musical theater there, and then I went to New York, and I came back. My mom is still in the region, so that's why I came back. And so it kind of was a little bit of having connections from before, but also, you just put your name out there. You keep doing a good job.
How do you describe your music for someone who
It's
wouldn't know?
blue collar Americana, a little bit of country. Very proud of where I came from, and I think I try to represent that the best I can through the music. So.
That's fantastic.
So
and I love that you're playing at Club Cafe. I just have to say,
and it's closing.
It's-
I just heard.
Yes. So it's
That's my first time. So
I mean, you're the jinx, but it's okay.
Well, you could say it's your last time too, right? But not of anything of your fault, right? It is iconic.
It is iconic.
Very cool. I'm really excited, and special thanks to Opus One Productions for having me. Yeah, I want to shout them out.
Okay.
for
No, it was
sure.
interesting this week to read about it. I mean, such a sad thing because it is iconic, but reading like Clinton Clegg and those guys were all paying homage, to the fact that a lot of people got their starts there. So you get to be among them.
Yeah, I'm really excited. It should be a really cool opportunity. I'm always just very grateful for things like that.
You're an easy person to talk to.
We
that's
do
for
have a
sure.
question of the
Thank you. I
day, but
appreciate
real
that.
quickly, what's your favorite go-to food around Club Cafe there? Like you get a break, you got to run out, or after a show, you got to run
Well,
out.
I haven't played there yet, so I don't know what's
He was like,
there.
dumb question, John.
No, I guess if you
Yeah.
were hanging out there, I guess,
I'm a
scoped
nacho
it.
guy.
It's in the South Side.
Nacho.
Yeah, I don't have a specific spot,
all
but
right, gotcha.
nachos are my thing.
But you'll
so
take
that's-
a sponsorship from anybody.
anyone.
Yeah.
If you
All right,
say
our
what-
question of the day. What is it?
The real question of the day is, obviously, the City Papers Best Of is coming up on September the 20th at Stage AE. If you had your own category of Best Of, what would it be?
Best one man honky tonk.
Oh,
You finally played in, right? Everybody else, I thought it was easy to say, like, event planner and building bridges. No, they didn't play along. You played along. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah, of course,
Thank
of
you.
course.
All right, did you bring us, this is where we're really, really tacky. Did you bring us a junk drawer gift?
I did, and it's right. This was meant to be.
Wait, is it a Jimmy gift? I see another Jimmy.
Oh no,
it's more currency.
Money,
So-
money, money, money.
I was playing at the Eliza Hot Metal Bistro, and a guy who does Ben Franklin impersonations gave me that,
Stop it.
and I felt like I should
That is
extend
so
that.
weird.
So for those of you that are listening, make sure you got to go watch the video. But it is a gold kind of plated cardboard of $100 bill.
And that's him on the picture.
Listen.
That's
Oh
Straight
my
face.
God,
He's
that's
like
so
a guy
creepy.
who played
I
Ben
think
Franklin.
the eyes move every time I move.
Yeah, he's
around.
watching you.
God, that is hysterical.
Yeah.
All right,
Wait,
Matt, where
I
can
want to mess up the videographers. Boop, 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 it just keep flashing.
where can everybody find you and follow you online so that they can know more about you?
I'm www.mattsmolko.com. That's SMOLKO. And all the social medias, it's my name, Matt Smolko Music.
Okay, fair.
So super
That was
super easy. Yeah.
Okay.
So-
All right, here's the time when we pass a little bit of time and you grab your guitar
Grab your
because
guitar,
we're going to
'cause
play
we
a
get to
song.
hear ya.
So once again, thank you to Tracy, thank you to Michaela, Johnny, Monica, all of everybody who helps us put the podcast together. Thanks to all of our guests for hanging out.
I know they provided so many things for us to be doing the rest of September.
And you can know all of our snack and cocktail secrets by coming here every Friday, 5 o'clock at 5 Foster Plaza, which is the KDK Radio Theater.
Wow, you did that really well. Matt, are you
thanks.
about ready for us?
Do it. All right.
Well, while we're waiting on Matt, and John gave all of his thank yous, we just want to remind you one more time, check out the City Paper for everything that's happening in Pittsburgh, and especially go there because the best of party is where it's at. You want to know all the different best ofs. Rachel said there's like hundreds of categories.
Yeah.
pretty
Play us out,
exciting,
Matt.
so.
Give us a little bit of music bed. Go for it.
All right, John. This is called Let's Go Floating. This is my latest single. You can find this on Spotify, Amazon, wherever you get your tunes. Here we go. Let's go floating down the river somewhere on an inner tube big canoe, baby, I don't care. We can drift away on a summer day, feeling fine.
You guys can clap.
I'll give you anything you
Everybody's
want, as long as you're the floating kind. And when your phone won't stop vibrating, it's lighting up with more bad news. When it becomes the expectation, I got the perfect cure for you.
Do it!
Let's go floating, baby. Bye, bye, baby. Bye, bye, baby. Bye, bye, baby. Bye, bye. Tell your boss that you're too sick to come in. Tell your friend you're tied up overtime. Let's go for a swim, or we can lay it back on a raft and let it flow. I'll give you anything you want, as long as that river flows. And when your phone won't stop vibrating, it's lighting up with more bad news. When it becomes the expectation, I got the perfect cure for you. Let's go floating, baby. Bye, bye, baby. Bye, bye. And when that phone won't stop vibrating, it's lighting up with more bad news. When it becomes the expectation, I got the perfect cure for you. Let's go floating, baby. Bye, bye, baby. Bye, bye, baby. Bye, bye, baby. Bye,
guys got that
bye.
yet?
Let's go floating down the river somewhere on an inner tube big canoe, baby. I don't care. Ooh, no, 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 no. One more time, y'all. And when your phone won't stop vibrating, it's lighting up with more bad news. When it becomes the expectation, I got the perfect cure for you. Let's go floating, baby. Bye, bye, baby. Bye, bye, baby. Bye, bye, baby. Bye, bye.
Oh my gosh,
Dude,
Matt!
you even gave us left you time to give us applause. What do we think about that, everybody?
fantastic. Matt, we need to-
Come on, dig it. We got it all down. Rachel was
John
getting
is
ready to
singing.
harmonize.
I was.
Yeah.
I put my finger to my
Dude.
left ear.
Dude, man,
Matt, that was
awesome.
fantastic. We need
appreciate
you
y'all.
again.
Thank
you.
You guys, thank you so much for being here. It's John and Rachel. Have a great night.